We got some Professor Lando in here today, and we're gonna do some learning. We're gonna do some learning again today. This time about NTR, which, I'll be honest, I have no idea what it is. I have not... I could use Google, but I'm going to let a professor of such topics teach me instead. So let's do that.
The class, my name is Professor Lando. Today we're going to learn about a specific thing, NTR. Blake, do you know what NTR is?
No idea, Professor.
Ooh, okay, I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one.
Formal definition coming from a reputable source, Urban Dictionary. It's a shorthand version of the word. Can you read that for me, Blake?
Nito rare.
Netorare. Netorare. So this is a Japanese word. Let's break it down phonetically. So ne, referring to sleep, as in sleeping with someone in an affair, aka cheating.
It's not good, Professor. It's not good.
Well, hold on.
Yeah, that's not good.
Torare, referring to a noun describing having something stolen or robbed. Based on that,
I see. Okay, write that down.
What do you think NTR means? What is this lesson going to be about?
Okay, so you said NE's to sleep, right? You said to cheat.
Ne refers to sleep in the context of to sleep with someone, yes.
Okay, write that down, write that down.
And then torare is stolen or robbed. So basically it's saying that you're sleeping with somebody, but that you got robbed at the same time. So you're sleeping
Think
and
about
getting
this.
robbed.
This
This doesn't
something
sound
is
like a
taking
good
place
time.
here.
So
This sounds like a bad day.
maybe your heart is getting stolen because you're getting cheated on?
NTR, netorare, what is it? In a story mainly referred to in the context of adult animated explicit media, aka hentai, or doujins, the manga version, of course.
Okay.
NTR is a what? It is a genre where the story's protagonist has his or her lover partake in an affair or is stolen by another person or group of people. A lover that cheats on their partner.
So you're
So
saying
there's an entire genre that really likes this? Is this a popular genre?
NTR
That's
is
my
Really?
fetish.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
something
I'm
I
learning, I'm
expect to
learning.
ever see
It's huge in
someone
Japan.
stream.
It is.
Yes.
I see.
it's a genre of like a kind of anime where somebody cheats on their partner and people actually enjoy reading this. They like seeing people get cheated on.
See, you're
That's so weird. That's what I was thinking too. Yeah, see, I agree with my classmate. This does not sound like a good fun time.
already honing in on this exact thing I said.
it's like-
Yes, Blake.
It's like a little niche, is it? It's like people that like to see other people get cheated on. It's like that's a thing that turns
Yes,
them on.
it's okay. Yes, you're on the right track, and that is what, Blake. That's called something.
That's sick as fuck, dude.
What? That was not what I expected him to say. Bro, crazy, am I right?
Dude, that is not good.
What's happening here? What's the word?
What is the word?
It's a thing. People say it all the time. Kind of a bad word, but it happens.
I know it this time. Guys, I know it this time. It's called cuck. I know it this time.
What is this person? You'd call this person a...
Degenerate.
Think about what you just said. What's happening here? What's the scenario?
I mean,
Blake?
he's not wrong. He's not wrong. I mean, he also a degenerate as well, okay?
Oh, someone's getting cheated on. It's a genre. They like it because it's a weird niche. So they're trying to get pleasure out of this for some weird
And
reason.
this person, you'd call this person a... We'll get there, Blake. We'll get there.
I'm not there.
So there's a focus
For once, I knew what it was. For once.
on dark, depressing, sad, often rage in
Acknowledge how smart I am, chat. Acknowledge my smartness.
Acknowledge me!
inducing resolutions, atmosphere, plot. The contents of NTR Again, yes, it's to see some
I'm like Hermione Granger in this class, but for actually never mind.
sort of affair happen, and it's supposed to be dark, depressing. You said this is some sick shit.
Some sick shit, depressing. I don't like this. The fact that people are even involved in like this, I can't, I don't know.
And that's why we're learning about this today, class, because this is actually
They're
quite
turned on by sadness, it seems like.
popular, Blake. Would you believe this?
I mean, yeah.
Yes, they're here. Look in the chat. They're all here right now.
Are they
Look.
here?
They're here. So yes, you know, the thing is, it's dark, depressing. So there's sort of a contradictory thing happening here. If it's
How do I know this though? Because I play video games all the time. Okay, and people call people cuck in video games all the time. So I did figure out what that meant. Like that's a, you know, insult that you see in a lot of multiplayer games from other guys to each other. So that one I came across, but the NTR, I never, you know, I never came across that as banter talk, you know. If it is banter in a video game, I might know it.
sad,
I
if it
played
makes
Call
you
of
angry,
Duty.
if it's dark, depressing, why do people like NTR? Why would it be popular? That's what we're going to talk about here. And that's the key thing here, is the contradictory phenomenon. Much like in our previous lecture, girl failures. NTR's description would seemingly be something you would consider not popular.
I haven't seen this video, his girl failures one. We'll have to watch that one too, yeah.
Detestable, as Blake put it, some sick shit. But despite this, it continues to be a mainstay in animated Japanese adult media.
Is it like a perversion of like the Romeo and Juliet type of thing where it's like it's not allowed, it's like forbidden fruit or something?
Do you have any ideas, Blake?
Of why they like it? I'm thinking it's because it's the people don't normally do it, so it's like
It's like a taboo, that's my guess. Like it's a taboo, it's forbidden, not supposed to.
you know, it's not new to them, right? So it's like
Actually,
it's
very sharp, astute reasoning. Yes.
different, you know. People like to go against the curve, but me, I like to just stay with the curve, man, you know.
And not get cheated on.
And not get cheated on. Exactly. Dude, my heart couldn't take it.
Crazy, but you know, I feel like hopefully a lot of these people understand that this is fantasy too, so it's like they're not applying it to real life scenarios.
You're a sweet boy, Blake. I know. Hello, students. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Professor Lando. I am the educator here at the esteemed Ligma University. I make YouTube videos on a myriad of topics on every discipline imaginable.
Yes.
You may know me for my groundbreaking research on
do.
MILFs. What
Yeah,
makes
I watched this one.
them so milfy? Or perhaps for answering the question, Pokemon, is it okay to
I haven't watched this one. We write that one down. We gotta watch this one too.
them? Or most notably for my
I missed some of the lectures, chat. We're gonna have to go over those as well.
work on femboys. I
Oh,
wanted
I
to
haven't seen that one either.
take a moment to announce the official launch of my Patreon page, which if you don't know, Patreon is
Lovely.
a third-party crowdfunding website where viewers, fans, or students
He needs
can
funding
support and
to
directly
further
fund
our
the content
education.
being made by their favorite creators. The aim of this Patreon is
He's
to give
doing
students
God's
a
work.
way to directly fund and support the content, videos, and projects that I'm creating, as well as to give me more freedom in the things that I say and what I do, as well as the peace of mind to explore those things the way I'd like to. As a content creator whose main platform is YouTube, I often find myself navigating the landscape that is YouTube's algorithm.
Oh my god, I can't imagine trying to navigate these videos when he comes out with them and trying to figure out like what you can and can't say because of the fact that these topics are so sus to begin with. Oh god.
Example that I can give you that this Patreon page aims to alleviate is that oftentimes I find myself with ideas that I think would be entertaining or insightful, or I might be just simply interested in, but oftentimes these ideas take a backseat to content that is quite frankly more clickable, more potential to be viral,
Yep.
basically more potential to survive in the YouTube advertiser landscape. I am offering additional content and rewards that are exclusive to this Patreon page,
Nice.
depending on the tier that you choose to support at. These rewards include a myriad of things, such as behind-the-scenes looks into what I'm doing, such as vlogs and updates, art that I
Oh
might
man,
make.
subscribing to Lando is like paying your college tuition. True.
As well as work in progress shots of what I'm doing at the time, videos that are otherwise unavailable to the public, such as old live streams of mine, or perhaps videos that for some
Man, he dresses up as a grandpa too. We already saw him dress up as a lady, and he did so well at it. This guy is a master at cosplay.
reason or another are unavailable on YouTube. And additionally, a shout out for students on every video that they help produce. Thank you again. Thank you so much for watching and for checking out the Patreon page, for your consideration. Thanks for watching my videos here at Ligma University.
I love Lando's
Your support means the
videos.
world to me. I hope to be deserving of your amazing support by doing my best.
I think he
and,
deserves all the
hope to
support. I'm
earn
just
it
saying. I'm just
through my
saying.
creative expressions and endeavors.
I don't care
online.
if I glaze
Thank you so
Lando's
much.
videos.
The mainstay characters, actors in this genre that is NTR. Number one would be the protagonist. Who would be the protagonist in an NTR?
Protagonist means they're the good guy, correct?
Would this be the one that ends up cheating? Like they're good first and then they become corrupted or something?
I have to go back to English school. It's been
Yes.
a while.
Go
So protagonist would probably be the husband or the wife that gets cheated on, right? The guy that's, you know.
Yes, the protagonist is the one who is cheated on.
Okay, so I got this wrong. I thought it was the one that was good until they became corrupt and wanted to cheat. But the protagonist is the victim. Got it.
This one's pretty straightforward. The next character we have is the lover. And who would this be?
The person doing the cheating.
And there's, in this scenario, there's a very clear, obvious third party. The antagonist,
I
which
see.
of course you could stand to reason, would be who, Blake, in the scenario, the antagonist?
So there's the person that's getting cheated on, right? That's the
Yep,
protagonist.
yep.
And then there's the two people. So there's the lover, and then the lover that gets with the person that's trying to ruin everything, which is the antagonist.
Yes, the person who the lover cheats on with.
Yeah.
Yes, I see.
Very curious that you have such a good understanding of the scenario, Blake.
You know.
First
He's
of all,
like,
this scenario.
I'm doing pretty good. I'm a good student.
There is a word for this. Do you know this word I'm thinking of?
No.
This guy's a cuck, right? That's what
Called
this
it.
is.
I was right, chat.
This guy's getting cucked.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
Right. But that term is a very normie cultural term.
Yeah.
We're
Is
gonna
it?
borrow words here.
Well, I guess it is. Like I said, because I do it just because it's like guys say it to each other online. So I guess it is.
like the word charisma, right? Root word, charismiato, meaning of great vigor and. But we're talking about anime, Japanese media, hentai, doujins. But to borrow from their culture, this
weeb,
person,
D-Gen.
the person who the lover is having an affair with, is often called the bull. Which I want to make a clear stance here and say, very curious that time and time again, students, we find ourselves referring to things in a primal animalistic sense whenever we get the chance. Despite how often we denounce furry culture,
There is such a science
seems
behind
like
this.
maybe
It's got its own
we're not
terminology
too
and everything.
far from it.
Dude, I got a question for you.
Yes, Blake.
So the protagonist, is he okay with all of this happening? Does he just go with the flow or does he fight back? That's my biggest thing.
No, generally speaking, the protagonist is not going to like it. But that's where the enjoyment comes from.
Really?
It's that this is an awful situation.
So they like
watching their love.
that this guy is upset. I thought it was more like these two like ended up, I don't know, seeming like they totally should be together the whole time or something. I don't know. So they just really like looking at sad people.
In a romance with another, or perhaps more than one other.
Do you guys think, okay, question. Do you guys think that these guys like the Dung Eater ending in Elden Ring? I feel like there might be a crossover.
Yeah.
And it's gut wrenching.
Not sure. I would
And you should hate it.
Study.
You kind of like it.
Okay. I'm kind of starting to see that.
Well, okay, we'll hold off. I think, you know, maybe it's a little hard to grasp here for the students and for Blake. I myself am a visual learner. I'm an artist, so let's draw a diagram
Wait,
here.
they want to be a self-insert of the sad person? That sounds like the worst one to be. Well, now I'm sure they play Elden Ring. Now I'm sure.
Yeah.
If you're in this room, think of this as a generic hotel room layout.
POV being the
Top-down
most
view.
miserable person in the scenario
Where
that's
would you
getting
most like
screwed
to
over,
be?
they have to be Elden Ring
This room.
players.
Definitely right there in the middle of the bed. Right there.
Exactly. So in the NTR genre, and this is also borrowing from normie culture in a little bit, where do you think you would not want to be in this scenario?
Like just sitting there in general. I mean, the chair corner is tiny, a lot of claustrophobic space.
Yes, Blake, you don't want to be in there.
No.
Here's the thing. In the normal culture, normie culture here, this is where the protagonist is sitting. This is the cuck chair, as it's most commonly referred to. Have you ever heard that?
Never. Not in my
What?
life.
There's
This
a chair
chair,
made
right.
for them and everything? My God.
Here. This chair is a specific thing, and it always shows up. Sometimes it's a hotel chair, sometimes it's just an office chair off to the side, but there is always a chair off to the side where the protagonist will sit.
Wait, really?
So
So
the-
this also is depicted in a way that is just known to people as well? What the heck? There's a whole meta to this.
First school of thinking I would describe as the school of loss, school of weakness, the school of cuckoldry.
Oh.
I would describe why would people like NTR? Well, it's the most basic form of reasoning. It's a fetish. They like it. They like the idea of having their lover be with another or groups of others. It's just the most baseline, like they're just into it in the most sickest form of it. In stark contrast to the first school of thought, we have one of power. One of, if you can think of yourself as the protagonist here, that's kind of not enjoyable. But I posit to you students, what if you were in the place of the antagonist? Think about it that way. In this fantasy realm, they
Well,
like
I
to imagine.
suppose if he enjoys being sad, then, you know what I mean? Again, it's kind of like Elden Ring players. It's like, Elden Ring is such a great game, and what does it do? Punish the player repeatedly. More than any other game does. And not tell them anything, you know? Makes them figure it all out for themselves while getting their, you know, ass handed to them repeatedly. And what do we say? We say this is one of the best games of all time. So, you know, I may not understand it as a fetish, but like when I think about video games, it all seems to make sense. You know what I'm saying?
Themselves like, yes, I have
Starts to
stolen your
make
lover.
sense.
Me and my boys. About to make this look like a pack of raccoons got into this Auntie Anne's pretzel overnight.
Oh my God!
Sir.
This is what I imagine other people would place themselves in as a sort of third realm of
That is
reasoning.
one way to
for
put
why
it.
people
That is
like
one way to put it.
NTR. The receiver.
So that's the guy that plays catch. You throw him the ball and they catch it.
The lover. It's interesting that you automatically assumed in your go-to hypothetical scenario is a male.
Yeah.
Do you mean to say video games are like real life? No. I mean to say people have fantasies that I don't understand, but when I think about it as like a video game disassociation, that I could make some connections, you know. I can understand from that angle since I don't understand this one.
Yeah, sports, you know, receiver.
Interesting.
wide receiver, yeah.
That's
But
gotta
yes, the
be how it
receiver
works,
like
right?
to imagine themselves,
It's gotta
or
be
at least
one-to-one
have
logic.
a second-hand sort of second-degree form of enjoyment by imagining that they would like to be the person getting fucked. Regardless of which role you assume in this hypothetical scenario, it comes from a place of angst. I think that is the key thing here. with NTR and its appeal to hypothetical peoples. It's the shock value, the enjoyment of NTR as a genre. It's the depressing nature of the scenario. How shocking it is that attracts the reader, not necessarily the specific act itself in its particularities of this scenario, of this affair.
Because it's a fantasy, right? That's my guess. Because it's you know.
People use this fiction as a means of escape in the same way that maybe we enjoy, I know I do, we enjoy horror or violent, gory content as a means of like a shocking means of escape.
I guess, but I'm not over here like, man, when a game scares me, I'm not like, wow, that was I can't wait to do that again. That was a great time.
Not that the readers really want to get cucked, mostly.
Not really hot and bothered by the horror scenario.
Scenario to happen even in reality. But it's in this fictional realm, it's simply a stimulating scenario to witness. It's the fact that it's not right that makes it attractive. So what do you think about this, Blake?
Well, dude, it blows my mind that anyone would ever want to be a protagonist. I think that is the worst rule of all time. I don't think, like, to me, that would diminish my soul if I was the protagonist watching somebody else get with my lover. But then,
if I'm getting cocked, at least I would like to watch. Oh, man. So actually, it's better than being cucked, you know, because at least you're getting something out of it. Like, at least you could get out your popcorn, if nothing else.
then you could be the guy that has the power. So you could be the guy that takes. So there was...
Or the girl.
Or the girl. Or the girl. Which, honestly, the way you were saying that probably sounds like the best role.
I did not say that.
The way you sounded like it.
I did not say that.
He's like, I did not say that, student. You're a freak. That's detention for you. What the?
The power guy is the guy that gets to grab and take. And who doesn't like to grab and take, right? But at the end of the day, Professor...
That's savage.
This is
You're an animal.
You ever heard of the word homewrecker? A person that comes in and destroys a relationship.
The student is learning. He's learning. Oh, Professor Lando's like, what have I done? I've created a monster.
This is literally the same exact thing of someone being a homewrecker, but the protagonist, I guess, wouldn't necessarily like it. So to me, a homewrecker is what's
That's another term from normie culture. You're getting in touch with your roots.
Yeah.
The ugly bastard. This is a common character that, although not exclusive to the NTR...
I've heard of this. I've heard of this before. I don't know the full implications, but like ugly guy, like very, very attractive person gets with ugly guy, right? I think.
Our genre is a very popular character archetype. Blake, what do you surmise the ugly bastard is?
Just a big, thick, ugly, disgusting person, doesn't shower, that's the thing I think of.
Wow, you really got that. You really knew what an ugly bastard was. So this is a common archetype of an ugly bastard.
I like that he draws everything. He's got to give us an example. We're visual learners.
Very large, overweight, very older, often visualized as balding, unkept, like you said, dirty, unkept. And not only physically, but what you see outwardly is an indicator of what's inside. They're gross, they're gluttonous, they're greedy, and most importantly, horny. Do you find that attractive? Do you think people would find this attractive?
That is the ugliest bastard I've ever seen.
Hence the name, ugly bastard.
Yeah.
Is it because... Okay, this is my guess, Chet. I don't actually know. But my guess is that, like, it's kind of like watching a TV show, right, where someone is a hoarder, and it's like, if your house isn't clean, you're like, whew, actually, my house looks real clean compared to that. Like, I am not that bad. Ooh, I feel better after watching that, So maybe for them, they're like, well, if this guy could get a girl, like, anything is possible. I'm looking pretty great. I don't know. This is my guess.
Much like girl failures, and yes, I'm taking the step to compare girl failures to ugly bastards, why is a character that's purposefully unattractive a popular thing? Why do you think, Blake?
It just makes the story like even worse because if you see somebody like getting somebody that's like uglier than you, it makes it even worse, right? So the fact that it just
Wow, Blake has a very good grasp on the NTR genre, I gotta say. Well, yes, very similar to the angsty
Maybe he studied it in his own free time. Maybe he's partook in this himself.
of NTR, the draw of the ugly bastard, is in fact the taboo. To be defiled by someone that is beneath you is sort of a rush, so I'm told, and it's so wrong.
It's so weird to think about because doesn't that mean it's just like low-hanging fruit? Like this is playing the Riz simulator on easy mode, below easy mode.
That's what makes it so right. Blake, what does that say?
These ones like the dung eater ending in Elden Ring. Oh, okay. I was close. Okay.
mind break.
Mind break. Do you know what mind break is?
It's where you break your mind. It's where you get mind blown.
Subgenre, a tag. Do you remember what a tag is when we talk about doujins?
Yeah, it's like the category, right?
I'm so proud of you, Blake. How far you've come. This is a tag that is found. It's found a consistent place in Japanese adult media and is often quoted, referred to, joked on by consumers, by viewers, by people online. And what is it exactly? Well, it's a genre in explicit adult works where the person receiving the action has their mind broken, obviously so, through the act of intercourse. Imagine that it is so pleasurable that their minds literally break. They go insane, often becoming nonsensical in their desire to perform coitus with another. They get, have you ever heard the phrase like, stupid?
No, have not.
Have you ever?
I have not heard that one
Never
either.
mind. The lead character reaches a level of ecstasy so overwhelming that their minds are unable to process and hold on to reasons. So again,
it's like they're a zombie, but instead of wanting to eat your brains, they want to eat them.
And controversially so, this genre, as well as NTR, it's rooted in this like foundational loss of sense. It's just, oh, you shouldn't be into it. Oh my gosh, I'm getting fucking dummy. I'm sorry.
I can't.
One key indication of the mind break is a topic we've gone over before, but I don't think we talked at length about it. It's the
I'm a zombie. I'm a zombie. I want to eat your...
Blake, you're familiar with this.
Of course.
Blake, what is this?
That's an ahegao.
Now, what is the Blake, calm down. What is an ahegao? Can you explain it to these new students here in the classroom?
So an ahegao is like, it's an unpleasurable face you make during intercourse, so that's what they like to call the O face.
Yes, it's a sort of, it's an emote. You guys know, like you're
Oh my
Fortnite,
god,
like,
this is not the same.
emotes.
I like how that's how he explains an emote as he starts doing a TikTok dance.
It's pretty much, Blake,
Thank you
got
for
an
the
emote?
demonstration.
Dude, I got the floss. Dude, that's, the old school OG. That's mine.
Yes, it's like an emote. You're playing a game and you kill someone, you emote on them. That's sort of like the hentai version of flossing is the ahegao. It's a key indication of mind break. They're kind of
I would have never thought to explain it like that. That is very poetic.
associated here. And again, we've gone over this in a previous lecture, but I think it's relevant here, so bringing it up. It's a facial expression used.
And by the way, I know what this is because I'm a VTuber, okay? You cannot be a VTuber and not be exposed to this, okay? Unless you are wearing like a box over your head. There's no way.
In Japanese explicit adult media it conveys intense physical pleasure. Note that it's only the receiver of the intercourse that performs ahegao.
you wouldn't be giving it. You wouldn't be on top, and you wouldn't go. You know, that's not. It's you're receiving it, and that's only market.
You have to be on the bottom bunk when you do this? I did not know that was like a prerequisite. I didn't know there was a requirement. Okay.
A submissive role that you would take. It's composed of tongue out, eyes rolling into your mind's breaking. It's so pleasurable that your eyes roll into the back of your head, tongues out. And it can be coupled optional here. It's like when you're picking out it's like when you go to Build-A-Bear, do you want to put a little bow tie on it? Do you get the...
Why is Build-A-Bear in here? Why is Build-A-Bear in here?
Bigger one or small? It's sort of like that. It's an optional part of the ahegao double piece. In practice in ahegao, in this hypothetical situation, I'm a visual learner, so tongue out, eyes rolling into the back of the head. Let's role play here a little bit, students. It's good to get some hands-on experience. Imagine I'm going to opt for the double peace sign. I think it's sort of a matter of taste. Some people like it, some people don't. Some people make some. Oh, it reminds me of Winston Churchill when he goes like this to the, and it's like.
Oh my God!
But I like it. So this will be my.
I don't understand the double peace sign being part of it, but it appears to be one of the customization options of the down bad. Oh my Lando! I was thinking maybe he'd draw it on the board, but no, he's gonna go all in. He's gonna do it himself.
Wow. Pretty good.
Let's see yours.
Okay.
Imagine.
Yeah, okay.
Imagine yourself. Your mind's getting broken.
Okay, so you say it's more of like an O face, right? Peace sign.
I live for the fact that rather than them showing them actual visual examples, that the way they explain it to each other is by doing it themselves. I live for this. I live for this education, this science. This is the best.
Optional.
Optional, but I like the peace sign. I think the peace sign is dope.
I like the peace sign too.
Yeah.
Oh my
Peace sign's
God.
really good. Let's see if I can get maybe an O going, like a...
Oh my.
Stop.
Nah? Dude, that felt good.
With these subjects, there is a clear separation of fiction and reality, which has been an ongoing discussion, much similar to the one that often comes up about violence in video games. But where do we draw the line?
Oh my God.
I play Gears of War and I have a chainsaw. I'm cutting it.
Man, Gears of War.
Is that really indicative of what I seek in real life, what I intend to do in real life? Most people would say no. No. And the question is, again, where do we draw the line? Like if I want to imagine myself getting stolen by a group of ugly bastards, right? And in front of my childhood lover to the point where, my mind snaps because my basic sensibilities are being rendered useless. Going dummy.
Snap out of it.
Maybe that's where we draw the line. I don't know. I'm just going to say that in explaining this scenario, NTR, this phenomenon, in explaining why, I think we can conclude that it's what's so wrong that makes it feel
Right. Absolutely right.
okay.
Oh, I see. That was so funny. If I was gonna learn what this messed up genre is, I feel like this is the best way to learn about it without looking it up. 10 out of 10. Well, not NTR.